Stop making excuses. Today's video, I am responding to the numerous comments that have been on my reels and my videos of people making excuses. I think it's about time that people need to wake up. So today, I'm going to give you 5 common excuses that I see every single day on comments, that I see every single day in my life. And this is meant to be a message of encouragement or a message for you to wake up and stop using these excuses. It's so easy to use an excuse. It's so easy to let yourself off the hook. It's so easy to tell yourself that it's not your fault. It's as of a result of something else that's going on in our life. So if you like this type of content, every day I post a video about business, how to start a business, hit like and subscribe. So let's hop into these 5 common excuses. Excuse number one, I see this a lot, especially right now coming up in the current climate. It is, we are going to blame our government, our politicians, taxes, the system, the matrix, whatever this is. Hey, the government, it's the reason that I'm not getting ahead is because it's the government. It's because of the Republicans. It's because of the Democrats. It's because of this, and this. I would be in a better spot if it wasn't for this politician. Now, I know in business, certain sides of the aisle may be better for certain businesses. Certain sides of the aisle may be better for other businesses. But at the end of the day, the response to this excuse of what you need to hear is that you need to find a way to win regardless of who is in office. Regardless of your situation, find a way to win. If a Democrat takes office, if a Republican takes office, doesn't matter. Things might change, but in business, things always change. It doesn't matter who's in office. My mentality is I'm going to win either way. At the end of the day, it's up for me to win. Do I have control? I have my one vote. Okay, I vote my thing, and then outside of that, I see where the cards lay, and then I go out there and I play the best hand I can. And you should do the same thing. Stop blaming the government for your position or saying that, hey, if I do vote a certain way, the government's going to come help me out. The government is not going to pull you out of poverty. If you are in poverty and you're blaming the government, you will always stay in poverty because you believe that the government's holding you down. You don't believe that you're holding yourself down when reality is you are the reason that you're not in a better situation. Take responsibility, stop blaming the government, and get ahead in your life right now. Number 2, and at the end of the day, we all have the same government. Now, depending on where you live, whatever, but we all have the same rules and regulations, okay? So we're all playing the same game here. Some people are being successful, some people aren't. So maybe the people that are being successful don't blame the government. They go out and play the game the best they can, okay? Number 2 here is a lack of education. If only I went to college. If only I went here. If only I went there. The lack of education people use as an excuse. I can't do that because I don't have a college degree. I can't be successful because I don't have the knowledge. Well, let me refute this real quick. Knowledge is at the fingertips of yourself right now. Google, Harvard has classes online that you can enroll for free, or you can't enroll, but you can watch them. A lot of these universities, a lot of places give their knowledge away for free. You have libraries, Google, YouTube. You can search anything and gain knowledge right now. Just because it's not formal knowledge doesn't mean it's not knowledge. If you're looking for education, you can find education. You just don't get the little piece of paper at the end, but you can find education. Most business owners do not have a college degree. Most billionaires, Elon Musk, don't have a college degree. Like people like that. I don't know. I think Elon Musk might have a college degree, might be an honorary one, but most of our best business owners did not attribute their education and school system to their success. They contributed showing up and actually doing it. So many people say, hey, I don't have the education. I don't know. Well, it's time for you to wake up and say, I'm going to get to know. What can I find to get me to the next level? There is so much knowledge out there. And let me tell you, I have a 4-year college degree, and I would say I use less than 1% of it in my businesses, okay? I use 99% of knowledge that I've gained by doing research, by taking action. So if you're saying, hey, I'm not successful because of a lack of education, that means you're letting 1% hold you back from the 99% of success. So stop letting a lack of education hold you back. Number 3 is, and I see this a lot, I didn't come from money. So-and-so gave him money. So-and-so's family has money, and blah, blah, blah. Now, it does make life easier if you do come from money as far as getting into those schools, being around connections, networking. Yes, your proximity does sometimes give you opportunities that somebody else may not have. I completely agree with that, and I will agree with that. But a lot of times people have said that if people come from a life of luxury, it's hard. There's a common saying in boxing, it's hard to get punched in the face when you sleep in silk sheets, right? It's the same thing. A lot of these people that have been raised in a luxury environment are not motivated, and they're not they don't have the grit that us that didn't come from money do have. So sometimes that is a crutch to come from money, but it doesn't matter. And this is the refute of the argument for this, because we're not going to get into the semantics of everything. It doesn't matter where you came from. It matters where you're going. Okay? It doesn't matter that you were raised in poverty. It doesn't matter if you were raised in the middle class. It doesn't matter if you're raised in the upper class. It doesn't matter what your past is. It matters what you're doing now. People have climbed their way out of the lower class. They've climbed their way up to the upper class and the middle class. People in the upper class have fallen down to the lower class. It does not matter. It matters where you're going. Stop focusing on your lack of money and using that as a parachute to keep you from going forward. Start saying, hey, it doesn't matter. Today, I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a way to win regardless of the situation that I don't come from money. And there's tons of ways in which you can make more money. On my page, I've dedicated tons of videos to showing you how you can make more money. Side hustles, businesses you could start, but people don't do it because they're stuck with the present value of them not having money. And let me tell you, if you're stuck with not having money and you're making that excuse and you're saying, I just don't have money, well, you're never going to have money. You have to have the mindset that you're going to make money. Okay, going to number 4 here. This, and that happened to me in my past. You don't understand what has happened to me. The sob story is here. And let me just say one thing real quick. Life is hard. For some of us have gone through some crazy stuff that should have never happened to you. Some things should never happen to people, and it's happened to you. And I hear you, and I understand that, and that is rough. Almost every single person has had circumstances that probably shouldn't have occurred in their life. And it's rough, and it is so hard to get over sometimes. It's so hard to put that behind us, and I get that. And that's why there's help out there for you. There's help out there for people that are going through things that they can't get over, and I would encourage you to go seek help for that. If you're in a funk that you can't get out of, go seek professional help and talk with a professional for that. But for those of you who are letting things hold you back from success, you need to get up, wipe the dust off you, and get going. That's the easiest way I can say it. You need to say, hey, look, I've been knocked down. Maybe it wasn't even my fault. Maybe it was somebody else's fault. Maybe something happened. A spouse cheated on you. Maybe somebody in your family passed away. Maybe you struggled with an addiction and you're trying to get out of it. I don't know what your situation is, but I do know that there is light at the end of the tunnel if you believe there is. If you believe that you can get out of the darkness that you're in, this little funk, then you can. And I know you can. I've seen people get out. So start to get up, have your chin up, and get going. Wipe the dust off you and say, hey, look, whatever happened, I acknowledge it. But it's time for me to start putting my life back together today. And that's how you can find success. But so many people, they let that hold them down. An imaginary, large, heavy block is just laying on top of them. And they can't get up and get going. You got to acknowledge that block, it's not heavy. Knock it back, get going. Number 5 here, and this is what a lot of people struggle with, not only in business, not only in success, but every day throughout the life. Other people might judge me for doing this. People's opinions matter so much to other people. It's the way we dress, the way we talk, the way we introduce ourselves, the house we live in, the car that we drive. Opinions matter, even though we can acknowledge that they don't. I'm not saying opinions don't matter. I think you should put forth a good first impression. You should smile more. You should laugh more. You should do those things. But what I'm trying to say is other people's opinions can also be a detriment to your success, meaning that some people are scared to go after things, to take that fitness journey, to start that business, to do that next step in their life of something because they're scared that somebody might judge them. And I always say when you get to the end of your life and you're not going to think about how you made everybody else happy, that nobody thought of you, why is he or she doing that? Are you kidding me? No, they're not going to think that. They're going to say, do I have regrets of what I could have done? What could my life look like if I didn't care what so-and-so thought? If I didn't care what people really thought about me starting a business? Or if people really didn't care about me showing up to the gym even though I don't feel like I'm meant to be there, right? So caring about other people's opinions need to be second to us finding success in life, to us improving our life. Other people's opinions should not matter. Because if we're trying to be a better version of ourselves and we're trying to become better, more positive, more successful, a better physical health, a better wealth perspective for our money, and all those are improvements, and we catch arrows for that, then that's not right. And if it's not right, why are you paying attention to it? Don't let the arrows hit you when you're doing something that's great. Don't let somebody try to knock you down when you're climbing up. Don't let somebody try to grab your leg when you're climbing up the ladder of success. So stop paying attention to those people because they're not grabbing you unless you care about what they think. And so many people get crippled by this. Anything worth doing, I wrote this down, anything worth doing usually causes discord. Okay? And my channel, right? I make videos, I post reels. People want to comment. People want to make excuses for where they at. So what they do is they try to tear me down. They try to tear down what I'm doing. They try to tear down the video. They find whatever, make excuses. And that's why I made this video, is to show you that, hey, even though people have opinions about what I'm doing, it doesn't matter. Because I know if somebody had the mentality, the wherewithal to comment on one of my videos and say, you're wrong because the government is keeping me down, then that means that I struck a chord. And I'm probably striking a chord with other people too, but they don't have or maybe they're not feeling inclined to comment. But the ones that are commenting in a negative manner, something has struck inside of them that is so much that they have to comment a negative thought. So think about that when people are commenting, even though they're saying one thing, it's just because there's an insecurity on another part of their mindset. They are insecure about not having success, so they have to go tell everybody else about why they're not successful, and it's not because of them, it's because of the 5 reasons I gave today. So don't let other people stop you. Don't let yourself stop you. Stop making excuses for where you're at. Take responsibility, and you'll start finding success today. And if you like today's video, please hit like and subscribe. Thanks.